Hey guys, Hector here with my friend Amanda, and I wanted to talk about the whole free speech debate again because I did cover it, I don't know, a week or two ago, because Alex Jones got banned or deplatformed. Some people are saying off of like YouTube and like Spotify and just everywhere. He even got banned off of Twitter, and so there's a huge debate over free speech and such, and the debate really is getting all mixed up between what is free speech, what is allowed, and in terms of service, because we just watched this huge argument between Jimmy Dore and Stephen O. Their whole argument was, or one person's argument was, you can't just take anybody down off of a platform because it's free speech. And that is, I understood what he was saying, but it was a bad argument that way. Because the other guy was like, well, you can take people down because what if they just put up porn or something? You know, you can instantly take down those people. That's fine. That's against terms of service. But those are just too simplistic, too simplified points. Because right now we're talking about politics, and politics is incredibly hard. My point in my last video was kind of like, either say no politics is allowed on this platform, or say if you're specifically talking about politics, you won't be taken off unless it's incredibly obvious or something like that. Because really, politics is dirty and ugly and stuff. We do talk about race in politics. We do talk about economics and abortion and stuff. We're going to be talking about a lot of really bad stuff because that's how politics is. So either say politics isn't allowed on our platform, or you can't just deplatform people when they're talking about politics. But then we get into other situations, especially with Alex Jones, because people are pointing to how he was saying some things were false flags, like the mass shootings. Okay. So where do we go?
All right. So I'll leave my actual... mostly I Alex Jones is a piece of shit. But, you know, regardless of whether or not that's a caricature or whether or not, you know, he's serious, that really doesn't matter. Because the thing is like, Alex Jones is an easy target. A lot of people hate him. So it's really easy to, like, deplatform him and be like, oh, look, Alex Jones is gone. We should celebrate. But really, like, that's really fucking scary because they just completely deplatformed this person and they were able to rally enough people to seem like it was okay. And they could frame it like that. Like, when you get mob mentality in, it's like people are really stupid when they're together. Like, they just can't, like, think outside of it. It's like, yeah, okay, Alex Jones, look at all this horrible stuff he says, and now he can't say it anymore. And they're like, woo, yeah. But, you know, that can go for anybody. You know, that's just where it starts. That's how it starts. It starts with someone who, you know, is like someone like Alex Jones, someone a lot of people don't really like.
A blowhard.
Yeah. And, but that raised a huge...
Barker, I heard.
Yeah. There you go. But that was really scary to me, and that really kind of, you know, sent chills down my spine because it's going to continue, and it's not just going to be Alex Jones anymore. That's just, you know, where it starts. That's how they get you to open up to the idea, and that's how they slowly blur the lines. They just lower the standard until those lines are really starting to get blurred, and then they have control of you. Like, that's what they use the media for, and that, I mean, that's also an entirely other conversation, but...
And they do keep blurring the lines, especially with terms of services. And yep. They actually, I think it was CNN, it might have been some other news company, actually did an interview with Twitter, like the Twitter spokespeople. And they're like, well, what about this? What about that? And the Twitter people were specifically saying, yeah, there are rules and stuff, but then there are some high-profile people, and we kind of, like, are lenient with them.
Lenient.
Yeah, basically, because they specifically even mentioned Donald Trump. And he's like, well, Donald Trump says all this shit, but he's the president of the United States. And not even president, there's other, like, congressmen and other people who say really racist stuff all the time. So, like, you still allow it. So, like, you start arguing where the lines are.
Yep.
But also, one really important note on this whole free speech thing, which I did make in my other video, is that this whole deplatforming thing, some people still say that's okay because his free speech isn't being taken away because he's still allowed to have his own website and he's allowed to print stuff in papers.
Just another, like, blurred line, though.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's just pushing it. It's just like...
My point on that was nobody reads newspapers anymore, and the internet is where it's at right now. And I do believe we should really all go to the internet. All newspaper reporters, I know a lot of them might be old, some of them might be young, whatever, I don't know. You guys need to get off print paper, start your own blog. It's really, really cheap. You can do it like that. You don't understand how cheap it is, but then, you know, we do worry about net neutrality, which was the next point, because I believe Alex Jones and some other political people were starting to say the people who host their website, like GoDaddy, let's say, were saying, we don't like this person, so we're not going to host their website. That's, like, incredibly against freedom of speech, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
But then they say, well, it's our business, it's our terms of service.
Because you have, you know, people like Southerners who have, like, their own restaurants, and they're just like, no gay couples allowed. Like, that was a huge deal. And don't get me wrong, like, I disagree with that. Like, you know, anyone should go in, but that's technically their right to do. Like, that's what they're trying to say. Like, okay, well, we can pick and choose.
Yeah, so you're saying that's definitely not allowed. Because I remembered listening to this one it was a half tech, half politics podcast type thingy, and they went on and on about how we can't keep doing videos on YouTube. We have to have our own website. And then, you know, this stuff started happening, and then we're worried about net neutrality. So is it going to be to a place where we have to, like, run our own servers in our own home? Because I know for a fact people aren't technically capable of that stuff.
No.
So then we start getting into, well, does that mean the government has to regulate this? Or how do we fix this?
I don't know. The way that our country, the state that our country is in right now, I honestly have no idea, like, what direction anything is going to go. I really have no idea. I wouldn't even know where to start, because the thing is it would really depend on what's going to happen next. Like, we're just in, this whole country is just in this, like, liminal space right now.
Well, I think, personally, we still need to keep pushing forward some sort of net neutrality legislation and keep on it, because they're going to keep trying to take it away. And with that net neutrality stuff, there should be some legislation that says you can't deplatform people because of politics, and you can't take away their websites, their own personal websites and vlogs, because you don't like what they're saying. But I guess, I'm sure, I know of it, they would put in exceptions. Well, child porn, well this, well that, and stuff. Which, you know, people are for, but I'm just worried about the blurred lines.
The blurred lines.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
Well, I guess that's all we got on the whole Alex Jones free speech debate. For now. We'll probably have more later. You guys can leave your own comments down below. And like this video, I guess, if you liked it. And subscribe to my channel for more, you know, political stuff. Sometimes we'll talk about politics, current events, or whatever else we want to. Personal stuff. See you guys later.